ओम ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Reading from the book Japa, 9 keys from the Siksashtaka. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. This phrase literally means the life of the wife of knowledge and requires clarification. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura explains that just as a wife naturally follows her husband, so transcendental knowledge naturally follows the chanting of Krishna's holy names. Transcendental knowledge begins with the understanding that we are eternal souls and not the body, and approaches completion when realize our relationship with Krishna, Samanta. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura explains, blossoming fully the flower of the holy name takes me to the Vraja and reveals to me his own Laudalians. This name gives to me my own eternal spiritual body, keeps me right by the Krishna side, and completely destroys everything related to this mortal frame of mine. Taken from Sharanagati Sri Nama Sri Nama Mahatmya, verse 7. This means that chanting the holy name is sufficient. It can reveal to us our eternal relationship with Krishna. No other spiritual process is required. Ananda Mudbi Vardhanam. This is the natural connection of the soul. Chanting the holy name releases in the heart of an ever increasing ocean of transcendental ecstasy. Pratipadam Purnamatswadanam. Pratipadam, step by step, our taste, Swadhana, becomes full, Purna, and that taste is nectarian, Amrita. We will be able to relish a nectarian taste for which the soul hankers. The soul, separated from Krishna, lives in a desert. When someone lives in a desert, his tongue becomes dry. And while searching for water, he tends to follow mirages, sometimes to his death. There is no water in a desert, no way to satisfy his hankering. But the holy name is fully satisfying and chanting. It saturates the soul with the rich nectar of Krishna's service. Sarvatma Snapanam. The holy name bathes the soul, cleansing it of all subtle and gross contamination and immerses it in ecstasy. The Maha Mantra is capable of inducing the highest ecstasy in the heart. Because the holy name gives these seven effects, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. It is supremely Param, victorious Jayate over material existence. It destroys the material world and establishes the soul in a world of joy. Vishwam Purna Sukhyate. The first key, chant Hare Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna is a method of self-realization for Kali Yuga, the arid age of quarrel and strife. Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Taken from Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51. How often should we chant? If possible, always. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Kirtaniyaha Sada Harihi. If unable to chant constantly, we should chant at least our prescribed number of rounds on beats. But whether on beats or off beats, we should chant Hare Krishna as much as we can. Whether you are a family person living at home or sannyasi living in the forest, constantly chant and call out Hari Hari. Whether you are in a condition of happiness or distress, do not forget this chanting. Just fill your lips with Harinama. Taken from Gitavali, Sri Nagara Kirtana, Song 2, verse 2. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declares, I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Nama Sankirtana, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the four pillars of loving devotional service. Taken from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 3, text 20. By chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as constantly as possible, our hearts will gradually become cleansed, and all seven effects described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will manifest in us. Chapter 2. Why we achieve neither attraction for Krishna's name nor the seven results of chanting. The holy name is all victorious. Why then don't all those who chant quickly achieve these seven results? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains the reason for this in his second Sixtashtaka sloka. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis तत्र पिता नियमिताः स्मरणे न कलह एतर्हि तव कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैवम् इदर्शम् इह जने नानुग्रह. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions upon the living beings, and therefore you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies, and there is no hard and fast rule for chanting these holy names. O my Lord, you have so kindly made approach to you easy by your holy names. But unfortunate as I am, I have no attraction for them. Taken from Sisashtaka Sloka, verse 2. Durtaivam means misfortune. In this commentary of the Sixtashtaka and in more detail in the Bhajan Rahasya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura lists the causes of our misfortune, our lack of attraction, despite our chanting of Krishna's holy names. Four causes of lack of taste. The first of these causes is Tattva Vibhrama. If you only superficially understand the truth, Tattva of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching, we become confused, Vibhrama, about how to progress. Lacking the spiritual depth to realize just how tiny we are bewilders us into the conviction that we are actually significant. Filled with our own importance, we think the world should revolve around our desires, and we become frustrated and angry when it doesn't. Then, mistaking the identities of others, we quickly divide them into friends and enemies. So much suffering ensues from all this ignorance. That our consciousness becomes captured by false ego proves that we lack self-knowledge. We do not understand that we are Krishna's eternal servants or that our identity in relationship with Him cannot be altered. It is simply who we are. Although being Krishna's eternal servant implies that we have an eternal relationship with Him, we nevertheless have turned our back on Him and have tried to separate ourselves from this intrinsic relationship. Because of that, we suffer existential emptiness. We are incurably lonely. Aside from not knowing ourselves, we also don't know Krishna. Neither do we deeply understand the prescribed sadhana process. Yes, we chant Hare Krishna, but how deep is our realization and surrender to this practice? We also lack clear understanding of what is favorable and unfavorable to our devotional service. Thus, we tend to do things that hinder our bhakti and
Hare
fail
Krishna,
to
Hare
do
Krishna.
those things that could help. Yes, Prabhu, I was just trying to stop this para. Thank you, Prabhu. While I was going through this, the purport or the information shared in this book, definitely yes, we in this age of Kali Yuga, we have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Definitely, it says Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, taken from a verse from Bhagavad Gita. There are troubles, there are sorrows, there is happiness. But at the same time, we should never forget our chanting. Now, this is not something that we just reading from the book. It is mentioned even from the purport given by Prabhupada and also from the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. One thing, it is also again explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. There are a lot of verses that we can pick up where it says, if you forget to chant, you will definitely fall down. Now, which means you are going to the mode of Kanishtarikari. It doesn't mean that you are actually going out of the society. No, that's a wrong interpretation. Just that you have to remember Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with whom we have a relationship, a soul to a super soul. It's always better for us to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Now, we have to chant in such a way that it should please the Lord, not just for material happiness, but for our eternal happiness to please the Lord. Again, a beautiful, what to say, explanation given here. A person, a soul living in a desert. Definitely, yes, in a desert you don't find anything. But in this world, you still have the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You can still continue to chant, and you need to continue to chant always. This is the only way that we can at least be that we can be happy by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as it explains. It it definitely gives us a joy, and also it definitely creates you know our relationship, and then how should we be in this material world. Again, there is a question comes to every devotee: how often should we chant? Should we chant one time, two times, four times? As long as you're able to chant, that's always better for us. It's not just me who's telling, it's even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Srila Prabhupada also mentioned. If you chant 16 times in this material world, while living in this material world, that is enough for you to attain to the uh, to the feet of to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Now, should you always have beats? Not needed. Sometimes while you're driving, you can still chant. Sometimes when you're even alone, you can still chant with beats if you have beats or not. But chanting is always important, and it gradually gives us the self satisfaction.